say today is very chilled weather. And thank you very much for joining Parsarthi Foundation English classes. We are very fortunate that today we have His Grace Pradyumna Prabhuji, who is going to give who is going to provide us the nectar of chapter 1, verses 14 to 20 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for accepting our humble request for leading the effort of teaching spiritual knowledge spoken by Lord Himself in Bhagavad Gita. Although Prabhuji is a very well-known personality and does not need any kind of introduction, but for the sake of purity of my speech, I'm trying my best to give a very short intro about Prabhuji. His Grace Pradyumna Prabhuji joined ISKCON in 1974 and took initiation from His Holiness Satswarup Das Goswami Maharaj in 1984. Since then, he is serving ISKCON Baltimore Temple with various positions. Currently, Prabhuji is associated with Parsarthi Foundation as a devotional and spiritual mentor. He is like Dronacharya to PSF. He is very instrumental in sharing his vast spiritual knowledge and experience. Let's welcome Prabhuji by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you, Amit Prabhu.
Now I am requesting Prabhuji to take over the call and provide the nectar of today's topic to all of us.
Yes.
Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna. The voice is okay, right, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. Wonderful.
Okay. Hare Krishna. So before I start sloka, let's say we have Mangala Charan first. Om Agnandatirmirandasya Gnanam Jana Salakaya Chakshur Ulmitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vande Aham Sri Guru Sri Utapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatha Tvitam Tam Sanjivam Sadhyetam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakha Tvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataro Brastya Krupa Sindhu Vyaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Sri Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances to all our Vaishnava Bhakta and devotees. Please accept my obeisances. Hare Krishna. So today we are going to talk about Bhagavad Gita, verse number 14 to 20, 6-7 verses. Before I start, I can say this Mangala Charan is coming from Bhagavad Gita on the introduction side. Prabhupada ji has given very nice introduction, 30-page introduction Prabhupada ji has given. And Prabhupada ji spent like 3 months just to write the introduction in Bhagavad Gita. And introduction has so many things. Many times people reading 1 time, 2 times, and every time you read, you will find something new. So, and before introduction, there is a 1 page also explain that setting the signs, setting the scene. That setting the scene is explaining about Pandavas dynasty and what happened and what not, So this is very nice. So this is like a homework for the devotee. Please read, and we can have a discuss sometime when you have a chance. Bhagavad Gita has explained 5 main things in Bhagavad Gita. And those 5 things everybody should remember in Bhagavad Gita. 5 things they are talking about. First thing is Ishwar. Second thing is a Jiva. Third thing is a nature, Prakriti. Fourth thing is a time. And fifth thing is karma. So Bhagavad Gita is talking about these 5 things that Prabhupada ji mentioned in introduction. And the first 4 thing is we don't have a control on it. Only 5th thing is karma in our hand. So what kind of karma we do, we can get the reaction, and we can, that's why they are talking about. The karma is very important and is in our hand. We can control our karma. Otherwise, 4th thing, which is part of Lord, so we cannot control those things. Time factor, we cannot do it. Nature is not in our hand, and we are Jiva, and Ishwar is Lord Krishna, we surrender to him. So those 5 things is very important, is described in Bhagavad Gita. So let's say we talk in the first 12 chapter, 13 chapter, 13 sloka in first chapter, 13 sloka, and 12 sloka, what they are explaining about that all Pandavas and Kauravas, they are on Kurukshetra's battlefield, and Pitamaha, means Bhishma Pitamaha, he blew his conch shell first. And after he blew his conch shell, Duryodhan was so happy, and he was very, very happy, and he feel that, oh, we have a lot of big army, and we can going to win the war and everything. Duryodhan has a lot of excitement. So 13th verse describing that all bugles and drums and trumpets and horns were all sounded very large sound, big sound, like tumultuous. Everybody is a big sound, and everybody excited, the soldier side. When Prabhupada mentioned that this kind of instrument the soldiers kept alive so that they can fight nicely. And that's why they blew this all different musical instrument. And further now, this time, verse number 14 through 20 is discussed about the Pandava side now. The Pandava is going to, one by one, everybody is going to blow this, conch shell, right? So let's see, we look on verse number 14. Tata svait aharyukte mahati syande sthito madhava pandavaschaiva divya sankho pradatmutau. On the other side, both Lord Krishna and Arjuna stationed on a great chariot drawn by white horses and sound their transcendental conch shell. Thank you for putting on screen so everybody can get chance to read, So now Pandava side we are looking. On the other side means Pandava side, that Lord Krishna and Arjuna stationed on a great chariot drawn by white horses and sounded their transcendental conch shell. And we know that white horses and chariot is in Bhagavad Gita as it is. On the first front page, there is a picture that Krishna is driving those chariot and Arjuna is behind in this chariot. So, that's the 4 horses and that white horses, and here is Prabhupada described that. So we can say in the purport what they say. In contrast with the conch shell blown by Bhishma Dev, the conch shell is in the hand of Krishna and Arjuna are described as a transcendental. The sounding of the transcendental conch shell indicate that there was no hope of victory for the other side because Krishna was on the side of Pandavas. Right. So Krishna is we know that Krishna is on Pandava side, and Arjuna is a chariot driver for Arjuna. So they said victory is always with person like the son of Pandu, because the Lord Krishna is associated with them. And wherever and whenever the Lord is present, the goddess of fortune is also there. Lakshmi Devi is always there because she don't want like to stay alone. She is always with her husband. So when there is a Krishna there, Lakshmi Devi, fortunate, is there. Prabhupada mentioned that. Therefore, victory and fortune were awaiting Arjuna, as indicated by the transcendental sound produced by the counsel of Vishnu or Lord Krishna. Besides that, the chariot on which both the friends were seated has been donated by Agnidev to Arjuna, and this indicates that this chariot was capable of conquering all sides, wherever it was drawn over the three worlds. So this is the description about the chariot this talking about in this verse. So Prabhupada ji has explained that. So you have seen the picture that Krishna is driving 4 white horses, which we saw in the first 2 lines described. And in contrast with the counsel blown by Bhishma Dev, the counsel in the hand of Krishna and Arjuna are described as a transcendental. So Krishna and Arjuna are described as a transcendental, and Krishna is transcendental. Krishna is not from this material world. Krishna's body, Krishna's activity, everything of Krishna are transcendental. And they are not in this material world. So this is, we said, Janma karma cha me devyam yo vetti tattvaha tattva deha puna janma naiti mansa. So we said that everything is divyam, Krishna's side. And before this material creation, said in the Vedas that it is said, Eko Narayan Asti. Before the creation, only Narayan was there. And we know that verse, Ishvara Param Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govindam Sarva Karanam Karana. Govinda is all cause of his all causes, is describing there. So in this way, we should try to understand that Krishna's name, Krishna's fame, Krishna's associates, Krishna's activity, all divine, divyam, transcendental, and they are not material. Now, then we go to the next verse number 15. Panchajanya Rusikeso Devadatta Dhananjaya Pandu Dadmo Mahasankha Bhim Karma Vrukodara. So let's see, we can read the translation and purport. Yeah. Lord Krishna blew his counsel called Panchajanya. So here, this is the name of counsel. Lord Krishna's counsel is Panchajanya. We have to remember. Many times, it's nice to remember that what's the, somebody asked, what's the counsel of the name of the counsel for Krishna? He blew in Kurukshetra. So we can say name of the counsel called Panchajanya. And Arjun blew his Devdatta. Arjun counsel name was Devdatta. And Bhima counsel name was like a Pondra, P-U-N-D-R-A, Pondra. So here in translation, what he explained, Lord Krishna blew his counsel called Panchajanya, Arjuna blew his counsel Devdatta, and Bhima performer the Herculean task blew his terrific counsel called Pondra. Purport. Now purport I can read and we can understand this, what is described. Lord Krishna is referred to as a Rusikesh in this verse. Panchajanya Rusikesho. So Krishna is Rusikesh, is another name in this verse because he is the owner of all senses. The living entity as a part and parcel of him, and therefore the senses of the living entity are also part and parcel of his senses. So Prabhupada is described in this verse that Panchajanya Rusikeso Dhananjaya. Other name over here, Arjuna name is Dhananjaya. Why Arjuna name is Dhananjaya is that also Prabhupada ji had explained. Dhananjaya means Dhan, Lakshmi. He has a lot of money. So he get the money, or Lakshmipati in Dhananjay, other name, So why Dhananjay? Dhananjay means who has more Lakshmi, who help. So Yudhishthir Maharaj one time asked Arjuna for Lakshmi, and Dhananjaya got that. That's his name because of Dhananjaya. Uh, Here, there is in second paragraph, they said Arjuna is referred to as Dhananjaya in this verse because he helped his elder brother Yudhishthir in fetching wealth when it was required by the king to make expenditure for different sacrifices. So that's why here his name is Dhananjaya explained. Similarly, Bhima, Bhim known as Vakrodara. Vakrodar means Vakra ane Udar. Udar means pate, stomach, and Vrak means who is very hungry. So Bhima known as Vakrodara because he could eat as voraciously as he could perform Herculean tasks such as killing demon Hidamba. So Bhima is a big eater. You call Vakrodara. He liked to eat. And we heard many times story that Bhima, he went in one pastime to kill some demon. He went there and he ate all demons' food, and demon got mad, and finally they had a fight, and Bhima killed that demon. So here Prabhupada is explained that in second paragraph, Vakrodara, because he could eat as voraciously as he could perform Herculean tasks, such as killing the demon Hidamba. So the particular type of conch shell blown by the different personality on the side of Pandavas, beginning with the lords, were all very encouraging to the fighting soldiers. On the other side, there were no such credit, nor the presence of Lord Krishna, Supreme Director, nor that of the goddess of fortune. So, Duryodhana side, nobody present there. In because Duryodhana side is nobody there. So what happened? That's why. So they were predestined to lose the battle. And that was the message announced by the sound of conch shell. So Krishna and Dhananjaya, they in this verse described, they are very transcendental sound of conch shell, and Prabhupada ji has explained in this verse all these items. Verse number 16 and 16, 17, and 18. This is the three verse over here. And in these three verse, they say, let's we talk about on these three verse. So in Pandava side, first Krishna blow his conch shell, then Arjuna did, and Bhima did. Now, other people in Pandava side, they are blowing the conch shell too. So here they say, Anant Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthira Nakula Sadevasya Sagosmani Pushpapakau Kashyapscha Parme Swasa Sikhandi Cha Maharatha Drushtadumno Viratascha Satyikishchap Rajitah Drupado Draupadetyascha Sarvasah Prithvipate Saubhadrascha Mahabahu Sankhan Dadmu Pruthak Pruthak. So these are all different names of the Pandav side, different king and different personality. They are taking part in Kurukshetra war. Here said King Yudhishthir, the son of Kunti, blew his conch shell, the Anant Vijaya. So name of the conch shell. Nakula and Sahadev blew the Sugosha and Mani Puspa. So Panch Pandava has this different name of the conch shell. That great archer, the king of Kashi, the great fighter Sikhandi, and Drushtadrumya, Virat, the unconquerable Satyaki, Drupad, the son of Draupadi, and the other O king, such as the mighty armed son of Subhadra, all blew their respective counsel. So everybody on Pandava side, they blew different counsel and they have a different name over here explained. So let's see what we can read. Sanjay informed King Dhritarashtra very tactfully that his unwise policy of deceiving the son of Pandu and endeavoring to enthrone his own son on the seat of the kingdom was not very laudable. The sign already clearly indicated that the whole Kuru dynasty would be killed in that great battle, beginning with the grandsire Bhishma down to the grandson like Abhimanyu and other, including king from many states of the world. All were present there and all were doomed. The whole catastrophe was due to King Dhritarashtra because he encouraged the policy followed by his son. So here Prabhupada ji explained that Dhritarashtra is addressed as a Prithvipati. Here Dhritarashtra say in the verse number 18, they say Drupado Dropyasya Sarvasaha Prithvipate. Prithvipate, who is Prithvipate? Prithvipate is Dhritarashtra, because he was the king of that time, whole planet. And under that king, so many other king was surviving. And so in Kurukshetra war, all those kings came to support this war. So Prithvipati means, so 5,000 years ago, from the statement it appeared that the king of Hastinapur was the emperor of the whole world, Prithvipati. One king and the whole planet was being governed by one empire. The different parts of the world and other king, subordinate king, as they are named here, Drupad, and then Virarva, Kashi is different part of the world, they came and joined. And each and every one of them possess a different kind of shankha, council, bugles. So they declare that now we are ready to fight. So when they blew their different type of council, then the other side were tremble. Oh, they have gathered so much strength, because Duryodhan thought that for continually for 13 years, Pandava was banished. He put those Pandavas go to the exile. So they could not gather any good amount of soldiers. But when they saw that so many kings from different parts of the world have joined them, so they become frightened. That is described in next verse, we will see. So in this verse describe different Pandava side kings, they blew the different council and different name was given there. So we can see the next verse, verse number 19. Look like I'm doing a little fast. Huh? Verse number 19. Sa ghosho dharta rashtraram hradayani vyadarayat namascha prithvim chaiva tumlo bhyanudayan. The blowing of these different council become uproarious, vibrating both in the sky and on the earth. It shattered the hearts of the son of Dhritarashtra. So here Prabhupada explained that Dhritarashtra, Dhartarashtra, Dhartarashtra Nam means of the son of Dhritarashtra. The blowing of these different council become uproarious, vibrating both in the sky and on the earth. It shattered the heart of the son of Dhritarashtra. So in purport, Prabhupada explained, when Bhishma and the other on the side of Duryodhana blew their respective counsel, there was no heartbreaking on the part of the Pandavas. When Duryodhana side, we remember in earlier slok 12 slok, 13 slok, they are describing Bhishma Dev blew his counsel and Dronacharya and other kings blew it, but nothing happened. And at that time Duryodhana was so happy. But now Duryodhana see this many king is taking part in Pandava side, and Krishna is there, and they were really concerned that Yudhishthir was really, Duryodhana was very hesitating that there was no heartbreaking on the part of Pandavas. Such occurrences are not mentioned, but in this particular verse, it is mentioned that the heart of the son of Dhritarashtra were shattered by the sound vibrated by the Pandavas party. When Pandavas blew this counsel, transcendental counsels, and then the other side, they realized, oh, they are in trouble now. They are going to lose the war. This is the due to Pandavas and their confidence to Lord Krishna. See here, say Prabhupada has explained, right? That this is due to Pandavas and that confidential in Krishna. Lord Krishna is there. That's why Vijay is there. One who takes the shelter of the Supreme Lord has nothing to fear, even in the midst of the greatest calamity. Yes, we know this calamity. Calamities means something bad thing coming and going in our life. We call, why I'm facing this calamity? I'm Krishna help me, and Krishna, if devotee, Krishna always help to the devotee. So last two lines important. In Lord Krishna's, one who takes shelter of the Supreme Lord has nothing to fear, even in the midst of the greatest calamity. So we all remember in Kunti Mata's prayer. In Kunti Mata, she is praying to the Krishna and said, hey Krishna, when Krishna was going after Kurukshetra war is over, and Krishna was in Hastinapur, and there he realized now he should go back to the Dwarka. So he was leaving Hastinapur and wants to go to the Dwarka. And he is asking Yudhishthir and Kunti Mata and everybody said, oh, Krishna, take few more weeks and stay here, and then you don't rush, just stay here. So then what happened? Okay, Krishna said, okay, I will stay a couple of days more. And then Krishna stayed a couple of days more. Then after, now he's leaving and Kunti Mata is praying. And there is in this Kunti's prayer, which is in Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 8. You will see in Bhagavatam, they have Queen Kunti's prayer. And his whole chapter is there. We study in our Bhagavatam class. And there is a one verse, Kunti Mata said, Vipadu Santat Satra Tatra Jagat Guru. Hey, Krishna, you are our spiritual master. And Vipatti means calamities is coming in our life. Then what happened? We are thinking about you and remembering about you. And you are, when calamity is here, then you come and you help us. So we know that way we can stay with you. So you can give us more calamities, so we can pray more and we can think about more and you can stay with me more. So this is our qualification for the devotee. For devotee, we should always chant more round, think about Krishna, talk about Krishna, pray to the Krishna. So in Prabhupada used to say, our devotees are 24 hours busy. In what? And 24 hours busy is always in the Krishna service, chanting, then reading Bhagavatam, thinking about Krishna, what I should do, what I should cook for Krishna, what kind of dress we have to make, what kind of garland we have to make. And so devotees are always busy for service of Krishna. And they always think about Krishna. So what happened? Calamities come and goes for everybody. It's natural. We are in this material world, and we have every day or calamities come and goes. But we have to, the devotee side, if we are devotee of Lord Krishna and surrender to the Krishna, and we keep Krishna front of with us, then what happen? Our calamity come is like a little prasadi, very minor. Nothing happen. Nothing major thing happen, and Krishna will take care. And Krishna is always taking care of his devotee. In Bhagavad Gita, also in 9th chapter, that verse says, "Samoham sarvabhutesu." I'm equal for everybody. I'm not discriminating, but who is my devotee? My devotee is more priya to me. Otherwise, I'm not discriminating nobody, no dvesu. Samoham sarvabhutesu, they say. So Krishna said, I'm just looking that verse in 9:32. Oh, 9:29. Samoham sarvabhutesu na me dvesyosti na priya ye bhajanti tu ma bhaktya mai te tesu chapyami aham. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. But whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. So that's why Krishna says, I'm not doing partiality, I'm equal to everybody. But who is my devotee? I'm taking care of him first. So Krishna is that's why we pray to the Krishna and say, Krishna, help us. And like a Kunti Mata said in her prayer, that calamities, hey Krishna, give us more calamities so we can pray you more, so you can stay with us more. And when you are present with us, then we have no problem in our life. So that was the calamities describing. So here, these all verses from we saw on Pandava side, they describe here what Pandava is going and how Krishna is transcendental council are blown and everybody is happy. And Duryodhan side, they were hesitating that they are afraid of listening those transcendental sound. So in our next verse number 20, we can say what it is described. 1 minute. Verse number 20. Atha vyavasthitan drushta dharta rashtra'n kapidvaja pravrutte sastra sampate dhanurdhyamya pandava rusikesam tada vakyam midam maha mahipate. So verse number 20. At that time, Arjuna, the son of Pandu, seated in the chariot, bearing his bow and prepared to shoot his arrow. O king, after looking at the son of Dhritarashtra drawn in military array, Arjuna then spoke to Lord Krishna this word. So here the word Kapidvaja is important. Dhartarashtran Kapidvaja. So let's see, we can say Atha thereupon Vyavasthitan situated, Drushtra looking upon, Dhartarashtran, the son of Dhritarashtra. That's why they call Dhartarashtran, means plural. Then Kapidvaja. Kapidvaja means he whose flag was marked with Hanuman. So Krishna, Arjuna's chariot had a flag, and that flag marked with Hanuman picture on it. And the whole chariot called Kapidvaja. Flag was marked with Hanuman. And Pravrutte, while about to engage Shastra Sampate in releasing his arrow, Dhanu, bow, Udyamya, taking up, Pandava, the son of Pandava, Rishikesham unto the Lord Krishna, tada at that time, Vakyam word, idam this, tha said, Mahipate, O king. So translation, what we can read. No? At that time, Arjuna, the son of Pandu, seated in the chariot, bearing the flag marked with Hanuman, took up his bow and prepared to shoot his arrow. O king, after looking at the son of Dhritarashtra drawn in military era, Arjun then spoke to Lord Krishna this word. That we will look on the next verse, 21 and 22. But let's see what Prabhupada ji has explained. Verse number 20. Yes, the battle was just about to begin. It is understood from the above statement that son of Dhritarashtra were more or less disheartened by the unexpected arrangement of military forces by the Pandavas, who were guided by the direct instruction of the Lord Krishna on the battlefield. So the emblem of Hanuman on the flag of Arjuna is another sign of victory. So Hanuman sign is for indicate the victory. Cooperated with the Lord Ram in battle between Ram and Ravana, Lord Ram emerged victorious. Now both Ram and Hanuman were present on the chariot of Arjuna to help him. So now, see, this is when there is a Krishna there is Hanuman there, and a chariot drawn by Krishna, there is no fear. Supreme Personality is already on Arjun's side, so Arjuna has nothing to fear, no fear, and victory is there. So now Ram and Hanuman were presented on the chariot of Arjuna to help him. So Lord Krishna is Ram himself, and wherever Lord Ram is, his eternal servitor Hanuman and his eternal consort Sita, the goddess of fortune, are present. Therefore, Arjuna has no cause to fear any enemy whatsoever. So this is very nicely Prabhupada ji has explained here. And this is a very nice verse, Kapi Dhwaja indicated. And above all, the Lord of the senses, Rishikesham tada vakyam idamaha mahipate. So Prabhupada ji said about Rishikesh that Lord Krishna was personally present to give him direction. Thus, all good counsel was available to Arjuna in the matter of executing the battle. In such auspicious condition, arranged by the Lord for his eternal devotee, lay the sign of assumed victory. Very nice. It's very great. Prabhupada ji has this verse explained word to word. All purport is good in Bhagavad Gita. So here what Prabhupada ji said, just like nowadays also every nation has different flags, different type of flag, right? Even you go to the bank and bank has his own flag. Each city has even own flag. Each state has own flag. Everywhere you find different flag because that indicate Arjuna also had his flag on the Dhwaja. We call Dhwaja means flag. And the flag was on the top of his chariot. And it was marked with Hanuman. Hanuman who fought for Lord Ramchandra, and he is fighting for Krishna. So he is also following the footsteps of previous Acharya. Mahajano ena panthegata. Mahajan, we have to follow, Prabhupada ji said, we have to follow Mahajans. So Vaishnava is like that way. Mahajano ena gato sa pantho. Mahajano ena gata sa pantho. So everybody, as a devotee, we have to remember, that's why we call Guru Parampara, and we following our Parampara, and we always, morning prayer, we do the obeisances to Parampara, and we ask for some energy from them. So here, same thing happened. Arjun is like a Chus Vaishnava, and he's getting all different kind of help from the previous acharyas, Mahajans. Like Hanumanji is there, Lord Ram came, means Lord Krishna is present, then he has nothing to worry, victory is over there. And that's Prabhupada said here, he indicated that his eternal devotee and lay the sign, assure the victory. So that's the Vaishnava. Just like in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we'll find they say, Sri Rupa Raghunath Pade Yare Chaitanya Charitamrita Kahe Krishna Das. In each Chaitanya Charitamrita chapter end, this verse come, and in this verse describe that his every line, he is thinking of Rupa Raghunath and previous Acharya. Who said? Krishnadas Kaviraj said. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, in his Chaitanya Charitamrita, he's always end of the chapter, he said, he's give the obeisances to his previous Acharya. That's why he said, Sri Rupa Raghunath Pade Yara Ache. Chaitanya Charitamrita Kahe Krishna Das. So let me surrender to the Goswami, and they will help me how to write. You cannot write, and that is not possible. So we have to have a special favor, help from our previous Acharya. So this Vaishnava philosophy, Vaishnava policy, Vaishnava said, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has sung many bhajan on, he said, my dear Vaishnava, oh Vaishnava Thakur, you just accept me as your kukuru, dog. There is a one Bhaktivinoda Thakur song, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur said to Acharya that, please consider me, I am your kukur. Means dog has a good qualification. However, a strong dog may be, but when the master order him, then he follow his master's order. He will give his life. This is the dog, faithful dog. So faithful to the master. Each dog is faithful to his master. Even master is in big crowd, thousands of people there, and dog can find where is his master, and he recognizes this is my master, and he go to the master. So whether master is in different costume or different color dress, or if he has changed all different thing, but still dog can recognize, oh, he is my master. He never forget his master. So this is very important to remember, that we should have blessing from previous Acharya. However, a strong dog may be, but when the master order, he will give his life. And this is the dog, faithful. Vaishnava Thakur, Tumara Kukur, Baliya Jahara More. My dear Vaishnava Thakur, I am your kukur, means I am your dog. Consider and give I will be very faithful to my master. So Vaishnava Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is in his song saying, kindly accept me as your dog. And he described, I forgot the exact language, that I will always try to protect you. Well, let's see, we have some time, so we can take next two, verse 21 and 22. We can have further. 21 and 22 verse, what they say. Arjuna Uvacha. Okay, after all, everybody, Pandava side blew the horn, conch, and then now Arjuna is ready to fight, and he was preparing his bow and arrow ready to fight, and now he's asking Arjuna Uvacha. Arjuna requesting to Krishna. So Arjuna uvacha senayor primadhye ratham sthapaya me achyuta yavadetannareksheham yuddhu kaman vasin kemarya sah yuddhavya asmin rana samruddhame. Arjuna said, O infallible, He Rishikesh, O Krishna, please draw my chariot between the two armies so that I may see those present here who desire to fight and with whom I must contend in this great trial of army. So here Arjuna said, O Achyuta. Achyuta is another word, Krishna's name. Achyuta and Achyuta. Achyuta means O fallible one. So Prabhupada ji explained that Achyuta means fallen and Achyuta means not fallen. Just like we are fallen soul. We are fallen. We are fallen conditioned soul. In this material world, we have come with an enjoying spirit. Therefore, we are fallen. If one keep his position rightly, he does not fall. Otherwise, he is degraded. That is a fallen condition. So, Prabhupada ji explained that all living entity within this material world, beginning from Brahma down to the small insect, we are all fallen soul, fallen conditioned soul. And why they are fallen? Because Krishna bhuliya bhoga vancha kare, pache maya tare japatiya dhare. Because fallen means when the living entity are under the clutches of Maya, and that is called fallen. Just like a man, when he is under police custody, it's to be understood that he is a criminal. He is fallen, and he has to fall down from the good citizenship. As a good citizen, and if he's a fallen citizen. Similarly, we are all part and parcel of Krishna. Just like this is our finger. Finger is a part and parcel of my hand. But when finger is cut off, still you call this that finger, but the finger must remain attached with the body, then it useful, otherwise is cut off and fallen. So Prabhupada ji has explained this over here. That's why I was trying to explain. So what, let's see if we can read the purport. This is a little long purport, so we can finish it up. Although Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, out of his causeless mercy, he was engaged in the service of his friend. Krishna, it means Achyuta. He never failed in his affection for his devotee, and thus he is addressed here in as infallible. As charioteer, he had to carry out the order of Arjuna, and since he did not hesitate to do so, he is addressed as infallible. Although he had accepted the position of a charioteer for his devotee, his supreme position was not challenged. In all circumstances, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Rishikesh, the Lord of all senses, total senses. The relationship between the Lord and his servitor is very sweet and transcendental. The servitor is always ready to render service to the Lord. And similarly, the Lord is always seeking an opportunity to render some service to the devotee. He takes greater pleasure in his pure devotees assuming the advantageous position of ordering him than he does is being the giver of orders. Since he is master, everyone is under his order, and no one is above him to order him. But when he finds that pure devotee is ordering him, he obtains transcendental pleasure although he is the infallible master of all circumstances. Means Krishna is a supreme personality of Godhead, Prabhupada has explained here, and he is a personal charioteer for Arjuna, and he's promised to do that one. And he's taking order from the Arjuna, but he's never feel bad. No. As a pure devotee of the Lord, Arjuna had no desire to fight with his cousin and brothers, but he was forced to come onto the battlefield by the obstinacy of Duryodhana, who was never agreeable to any peace negotiation. We know that Krishna went personally to Duryodhana and explained him that don't fight and give him the 5 villages and make him as a, and then you can say separate it, but Duryodhana did not agree and he want to fight. And therefore he was anxious to see who the leading person present on the battlefield were. Although there was no question of peacemaker making handover on the battlefield, he wanted to see them again and to see how much they were bent upon demanding an unwanted war. So Krishna says that as a pure devotee of Lord, Arjuna had no desire to fight because he knows that Arjuna, that's why he asked Achyuta to take the chariot in middle of the field where other side he can see his relative cousin and all different relatives and his grand Bhishma Pitamaha and his teacher Dronacharya and Krut Verma and all other people he can see. And that's why he said he want to go and look what they are doing and what they have, how they are doing. So here Prabhupada ji explained nicely that Achyuta, he don't feel that he is a chariot driver. No, because he is favoring and that I'm not controller, but I am controlled. Krishna is a controller and we are controlled by Krishna. But here Arjuna is become a controller and Arjuna knows that I am not controller, I am controlled. But he is devotee and he knows his position. Therefore, he is now trying to control Krishna. And he is ordering Krishna to take my chariot to the nearby so I can go and see other my relatives, who's there and what they have, who came, My dear Krishna, he is not addressing as a Krishna, Achyuta. Now you place my chariot between the two parties. And this is the order. That means Arjuna become controller. Control and controller. So Arjuna become a controller for moment, for a while, in Kurukshetra war. And Krishna become control just as the opposite. Therefore, Arjuna knows his subordinate position and he is ordering to Krishna. So indirectly, he is begging to be executed. My dear Krishna, I cannot order you. Order must come from you, which we know that this is Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, and order come from Krishna. But here is little bit opposite because Krishna accepted that position because you promised to carry out my order. Yes. And you wanted to become my chariot driver. And therefore I am ordering. And therefore I am ordering. I am not in position of ordering to you. And your promise to carry out my order. And I think you are fixed up in your promise. Therefore, I am asking you, Achyuta, you don't fall from your promise. This is that sentence they said. What is the number of, the next point is that Arjuna wanted to see with whom he had to fight. Arjuna wanted to see he had no desire to fight. That will be explained. He was fighting unwillingly because he is a Vaishnava. Unnecessarily, he does not want to kill. Although he is Kshatriya, it is his duty. Whenever there is a discrepancy, killing as representative of Krishna, Krishna has got two business. Prithvi.
Okay, I found this on the web for present eta of Krishna. Krishna has got. Check it out.
Hare Krishna. So I can stop here and we can leave it. Somebody has some question, maybe we can talk on that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
That was Pranam. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Anila Prabhuji, go ahead, please.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving us such a detailed explanation of the verses. And I hope that we will again invite you further in the Gita study program.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm trying my best, Prabhuji.
Very nice, Prabhuji.
Sorry for some if I made wrong, but I'm just learning from you guys.
So, Prabhuji, now I think we can take some questions from the devotees. So,
Sure,
for
Prabhuji.
I will pass on to Prabhuji. Meet Prabhuji.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. That was a wonderful class, especially the way you explain the verses by going in the deep detail. That is very recommendable. And especially when you refer the other like spiritual scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and other verses from Bhagavad Gita, and the way you milk them to each other, that was really very wonderful, Prabhuji. That was immense, instrumental.
Thank you, thank
you.
you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. All glories to Vaishnava. I'm just learning, and I'm just I'm not that expert yet. Sorry.
No, Prabhuji, you are expert. You are very senior.
No.
So, Prabhuji, if time permits, can we take a couple of questions?
Sure, Prabhuji, no problem.
Radhe Govinda Mataji, can you please unmute yourself and ask your question, please?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. The class was really wonderful. I learned a lot, like the explanations were wonderful, Prabhuji. My mother had a question, like when Krishna was driving the chariot of Arjuna, then Arjuna was giving little kicks on the arms of Arjuna to direct him the direction as to where the chariot should go. So like my mother was saying that she was very hard to hear that Krishna was getting kicks from Arjuna, from his legs. Arjuna was touching with his legs on the back of Krishna. So can you please explain why Krishna was having the
say again, Mataji, what?
That's the
yes, actually, Arjuna was kicking with his legs on the arms of Krishna, so as to direct him as to where the chariot should go.
Yeah, but I remember
that time Arjuna was thinking.
Right. I read somewhere. Right, that's true. So Arjuna was like kicking, to his chariot driver to take my chariot left or right or any direction. Yes, that I read somewhere, and maybe it was in the, I don't know, not exactly I remember where, but yeah, it was, yes, previously I heard too. What you said is that's true.
He was thinking his friend.
Yeah, right. And he was, and Krishna taking his direction that way. When Krishna was driving during the wartime, and when Krishna was driving chariot, so what happened? Arjuna said, take left, take right. So during the wartime, they have no time and waiting. So he used to, with his leg, right leg and left leg, he kick little to the Krishna's backside, So Krishna fell right. Okay, he said it means left side, right side. Yeah, Arjuna used to do that way, right? But he's a Krishna, they said Krishna has accepted that position for the devotee, you know. So it shows that Lord is so merciful and he is very helpful to his devotee. That's why in Bhagavad Gita, we said, verse in 9th chapter, they said, Ananya Chintayanto Ma Ejanya Puripasate Tesam Nitya Abhiyuktanam Yoga Kshema Vahami Aham. So Krishna said, I am taking care of my devotee first. My devotee who has he's missing something, I can provide him, and whatever he need, I provide him, and whatever he has, I can protect him. So that was Krishna is so merciful, and Krishna is right accepting even that kind of those kind, not behavior we call, but that kind of circumstances, in Kurukshetra war. Yes, Mataji, you are right.
Actually, in the battlefield,
Thank you.
the
Thank you,
charioteer, the fight, they do like that because their hand are busy at that time and that they cannot also talk. So usually, my Gita teacher also said that, and Arjun took the position,
Didn't think Krishna is.
that's
Right.
yes, Arjun directed him like that.
What's the matter? He feels that. After later
Yes,
on, you're right.
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Prabhuji,
Mataji.
actually, thank you for the wonderful explanation, Prabhuji. Actually,
There was
I was
one
thinking
verse in
like,
Bhagavad
wasn't
Gita. Mataji, there is one verse in Bhagavad Gita in chapter 11, 41 and 42. If you can see, they said, thinking of you as my friend, I have rashly addressed you, O Krishna, O Yadav, O my friend, not knowing your glory. Please forgive whatever I may have done in madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times. Jesting as we relax, lay on the same bed or sat on or ate together, and sometimes alone and sometimes in front of my friends. O infallible one, please excuse me for all those offenses. So this is when Krishna saw Arjuna universal form in chapter 11. And after looking the universal form, Arjuna is praying to the Krishna. And these verses 41 and 42, chapter 11, is describing, and he asking the forgiveness that during Kurukshetra war, I did something, and I was thinking you are my friend, but I did not realize you are a supreme personality of Godhead. And then Krishna, he said, I am surrendering to you. Then
yes,
after,
Prabhuji.
yeah, and then after we know that Arjuna said, hey, Krishna, I'm now afraid of your big Virat Swarupa. So please show me your Chaturbhuja Swarupa, four-handed. Then Krishna saw him four-handed Swarupa. And then he requested, Krishna, no, I like your original form, which is two-handed, is Sumadhur and Sudulur Saram. Even all demigods and Devi Devata and everybody is hankering to see your two-handed form. So please, you come back to my come back to your original form and as my friend. So then Lord came to in two-hand form, and Arjuna realized, yes, I'm agree with you. You are supreme personality of Godhead. Then after Arjuna decided that I have to fight what Krishna said, I will do it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you for such wonderful explanation, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams.
Hare Krishna.
So Prabhuji, can we say it little tap instead of kicking?
Yeah, Prabhuji.
Tapping, right? No,
Yeah,
it is better word is tapping, not kicking.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Sorry, if I
Mother, your voice is breaking.
actually, Prabhuji, I have heard like he used to. Yes, I'm sorry, Amit Prabhuji. Actually, I thought that he used to kick little slowly on the arms, like That's why I used the word. I'm very sorry if I
No,
did a
no
mistake.
problem. No, I'm just confirming, Mataji. I'm also very not sure. But I'm just confirming that tapping is much better word than kicking. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Anybody else has any question for Prabhuji? Okay, so Prabhuji, it seems that today's verses are very straightforward and about mainly about the setup of the that Kurukshetra Yuddha, that Mahabharat Yuddha. So I think it is straightforward, and the way which you have explained, everybody understood, and there is no more questions. So
Sure.
if you allows, we can wind up this call.
Yes. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
And
you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Please, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Vancha kalpataru prasya
Asindubheva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo namo
नमो नमः। वैष्णव वृंद की जय, शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, हिज ग्रेट प्रद्युम्न प्रभु जी की जय, सभी
Jai.
की जय। हरि हरि बोल, हरे कृष्णा। Thank you so
Hare
much
Krishna.
for a very nectarian session, and please give some more classes in our Bhagavad Gita English session, Soji. It's very nice and nectarian class. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for everything.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thank you
Hare Krishna.
very much for the class, Prabhuji. Very good class. We really liked it very much.
Vancha kalpataru prasya.
Hare
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Jai Radha.
Krishna.